Good evening, everyone, and welcome to BIMP on the Spot. I am your host, Taz, as always, reminding you all to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you hit that bell so that you can get notified every time we go live, whether it be BIMP on the Spot or T-shirts and Tea Tuesdays. I also want to remind you all that we had an excellent interview last week with Lion and King to kick off this season of BIMP on the Spot, and I was so excited. It was a great interview, but we need to offer a disclaimer as to what last week was, right? So I want to thank you all, first of all, for tuning into last week's episode to kick off season 6 of BIMP on the Spot. However, I would like to note that Elder Arya Gabar and Deacon Rakal Malak, Lion and King, are ranking baptized members of the Gathering of Christ Church. I am a ranking baptized member of the House of Judah Fellowship Church. The Gathering of Christ Church and House of Judah are not related. They're two separate entities. They are not related nor are associated with each other in any way. Want to make that clear. Another thing that I would like to make clear. Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace, or BIMP Corporation, is all about promoting Black businesses and promoting buying Black or bringing our business back into our own communities to support the Black businesses within and without our communities. BIMP on the Spot is about promoting the excellence of the business owners behind the Black businesses that we are encouraging people to support. So this particular platform is in no way associated, even though I am the host of BIMP on the Spot and I am a ranking baptized member of House of Judah, the two are not correlated with each other either. The BIMP on the Spot is its own separate entity, and it has nothing to do with the House of Judah International Fellowship Church, right? So now that we've set the stage for that, when we highlight the excellence or the positive influence of people within our communities, there are few who fit this bill better than Arya and Malak or Lion and King. All the things that they do in the community with their music and with their business makes them prime candidates to come on this show and actually represent the community and what it is that they do for their particular businesses or business ventures. So when they come on the show, this is what we're highlighting. It has nothing to do with neither the Gathering of Christ Church or the House of Judah International Church, right? So it's all about promoting Black business, right? Now, House of Judah nor Gathering of Christ Church wish to lose members as we care for our members dearly. So we would hope not to lose members to each other. And the scriptures tell us that we are to honor our elders who labor in the work for us. Thus, we respectfully ask the baptized members of each church to remain with the bodies wherewith they are baptized, right? Last week was all about promoting the excellence of Lion and King, whether it be their music or Arya's key supplements and bodybuilding YouTube channel, or Deacon Malak's King's Creole Flavor, right? This is what this was about. Now, this does not mean that there isn't unity, love, or we don't speak the same thing. Yes, we have the same doctrine. Yes, we use the same name. And yes, I consider them my brothers in Christ, and they consider me their brothers in Christ. But last week's episode was not about that. It was about promoting Lion and King, key supplements, King's Creole Flavor, and Arya's bodybuilding YouTube channel. Right. So once again, I would like to make it clear that Gathering of Christ Church and House of Judah Fellowship are not related in any way, nor was last week's episode about House of Judah or Gathering of Christ Church. It was all about Arya Gabar and Rakal Malak and their excellence as Black business owners and positive influences in this ministry and in this work that we call the truth. So I would like to thank you all for tuning into last week's episode. Want to remind you all to make sure that you go and support Key Supplements. That is KIIY supplements.com. And you can also find that on Instagram as well. Make sure that you go to the bodybuilding YouTube channel and also go to Lion and King on all music platforms, whether it be Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, or YouTube, and support their music channel and ministry as well. And we also have King's Creole Flavor, right? That's flavor with an A, right? And make sure if you're in Houston, if you're in the area, make sure that you drop by their food truck. You know that they cooking it up. As Deacon Malak said last week, wings. Nobody, no. Listen, we all want the wings. We all love them. We all listen. We know what it is when you think about some wings. If you're in Houston, drop by King's Creole Flavor. So we would like to thank Lion and King for coming on the show last week. It was truly a blessing. It was an amazing interview. Those are, like I said, those are my brothers in Christ. I'm their brothers in Christ, and coming together and doing this was an amazing experience for me. Make sure that you go support their businesses. And with that, I would like to say thank you. But we also have another interview tonight. We're going to keep that same energy going into week 2 of Bimp on the Spot. This amazing business owner that we had come on the show this past week of T-shirts and Tea Tuesdays, and she's also come on before with a product review that she did on T-shirts and Tea Tuesdays. Let's take a look at that.
And let's get on into this product review. I hope you guys are ready. So this evening, our product review is on Black business owner SHAY Joseph's Twisted Popcorn. Yes, guys, her name is SHAY Joseph, and she is doing this in conjunction with her 2 daughters. She is a single mother, and she is doing her thing out here in these business streets. So y'all need to make sure that y'all get on down with this Twisted Popcorn. Listen, I placed my order. I believe it was on either Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and I got my order in on Saturday, the 26th. So my order came in pretty quickly. We have a bunch of different varieties of popcorn that came in the box. If you guys can see the picture there, I just wanted to get a sample box. So the sample box has oh my gosh, I want to say 12 packs of different popcorns. So I haven't tried. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to do the reveal and open the box until today. The popcorn looked so good. It was just sitting in the box girl, you know you want to try me. Okay, and so I was able to restrain myself until today, and I decided to open a pack with my husband. And the pack that we opened was the summer watermelon Ciroc. This right here is good. It's good. We have a pack called the amaretto and pineapple. I'm going to try that while I'm on with you guys tonight. And then we have the Crown Peach Crown. That's really good. Okay. Wow. All this popcorn gonna get eaten up within the next 3 days. Guys, I would admonish you, if you're having a birthday party, any type of event, to please hit up Miss SHAY Joseph. Her Instagram page, all of her information is here. Her email is twistedpopcorn@gmail.com. Remember, no E in twisted, so it's just the TWISTD. And popcorn is spelled with a K instead of a C. So twistedpopcorn@gmail.com in order to place your order. She's on all social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, so you can find her there. Put it in the Google, and in the search bar, and you will find all of her stuff. But kids' birthday parties, events, adult parties, this is the place for you to go. Black business owner, Miss SHAY Joseph. So guys, make sure you hit SHAY up, twistedpopcorn.com. That's twistedpopcorn.com. Hit her up, get you some popcorn, and just listen. It's good.
Yet another amazing Black business owner. Please, everyone, help me in welcoming SHAY Joseph, the owner of Twisted Popcorn. That is twisted with no E. And instead of that C, swap it out for a K. The owner of Twisted Popcorn, please. And help me in inviting her onto the show. Thank you very much. Let's get it. Shay, welcome to the show. Thank you for accepting our invitation to come on Bimp on the Spot. How you doing?
Of course, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm excited.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I want to waste much time. I want to jump right into the interview. Now, the first thing that I wanted to ask is, I am a chef. I am a chef myself. For those who've been watching the show and following for a while, I am a chef. That's what I do. I'm primarily a pastry chef and a bread baker. But usually when you look at that, aspect of working in the kitchen, what's your journey? What were you doing prior to, and how did you arrive at popcorn?
Okay, so I've always had my hands in so many different things, like a lot of different things. And so when I had kids, I was, it comes a point where you're having a million birthday parties and stuff like that, and then the stuff gets expensive. So I started doing custom party favors because you got to have bags and treat bags and stuff like that. And so with that, I was in like a lot of craft groups, and so that's when the popcorn, was introduced. And I was doing, even though I was doing kids parties, I was also doing custom treats for adults. So when the adult popcorn came about, I was like, I have to get on that wave. I have to try it. Now it just was something that I just wanted to add to my my party favor business or whatever. But once I got into it and I started playing around with the flavors, I was like, I really like this. And then I started doing like vendor events and pop-up shops, and it was selling. So I was like, I think that I want to go full force and just kind of focus on that. And so that led me up to creating other flavors because my kids end up liking it. Of course, they couldn't eat the infused the infused popcorn. So I started doing the kid friendly pop. I call it kid friendly popcorn because of the ingredients that I put in there. It's not just basic popcorn like I do, twisted popcorn. I twist it up. I twist up the flavors, and so that's where it came from.
And that's definitely interesting because, and that was one of the main things that I was talking to my producer and Miss Rush about when I first found out that you were coming on the show, is that we think a lot of the same way in turn, and you can tell by the way that our products come out, right? Me as the owner of Rush Fortune Bakery, you have a cookie, but I started out with that, but then eventually I was like, okay, I had these ideas for flavors, and I just started throwing out these whole new flavors and these crazy ideas, and I see the same thing from you. So hearing that, it's sort of like, okay, so we're basically doing the exact same thing, just with different products. So that leads me to ask now, like, your creative process. Like, I know for me, a lot of the ideas for me came from just walking through like a Publix or through a store and seeing a product and saying, hey, I can convert that into this, So for you, like, what's your creative process? Where do the ideas come from? And how do you then bring those, what's your process for bringing those ideas to life?
Okay, so I have young kids. I have a teenager and I have a toddler. So they help me out with flavors, and like the different things that they like to eat. Like my baby girl, she loves cooking cream. So of course I have to make the cooking cream. Well, you want cooking cream, we're gonna make some popcorn. My oldest, she loves flaming hot chili. She loves crawfish. I'm from New Orleans, so we eat crawfish. So I was like, well, why I gotta make that into a popcorn. So it's just like things that we eat or snacks that we eat on a daily basis. I was like, well, we're gonna play around with these flavors and convert this into some popcorn. So
And that's it. And that's an excellent thing to do because when you look at it, it makes your product bendable to the point to where you can then be able to fit every now there's no demographic or no event that your product doesn't. Hey, if you're doing a crab boil, you doing a family reunion, y'all doing a crab boil, y'all doing this, y'all doing that, right? Now it's like, okay, well, look, I got a Cajun flavored popcorn, or I got this, or I got that to fit any event that you could possibly have. Where you're talking about weddings, you're talking about birthday parties, or you're talking about just a family reunion. You have a product that can then fit all of those demographics. Is that something that you had in mind when you began setting up your business plan?
No, that wasn't something I had in mind. It just kind of went with the flow. Like I say, initially, I learned, I started doing the infused popcorn because I was like, okay, well, I just wanted to, do a treat that basically focused. I'm sorry, I'm all over. The treat that adults could enjoy. I feel like everybody loves popcorn, but I wanted, to infuse it or whatever to make it. I wanted to infuse it and to introduce it to, to adults. But then I realized that, I have kids and they wanted to try it all the time and stuff like that. I was like, well, no, you can't eat this. So I had to realize that I couldn't just focus on adults or whatever. And then, because I wanted to be in different places, I was like, okay, well, I have to have a product that works for everyone. And so that's what made me that's what allow me to add the kid-friendly flavors and then the savories, because a lot of people don't like sweets. They want a salty type of popcorn. So that's where the savories came from.
And one of the questions that I had, just sort of sitting and having a conversation with my producer, because we sit and we have these conversations, same as any other show or any other podcast, where you just sort of sit down with your team and you ask certain questions. Now, one of the questions that I had was, what role does your daughters play in this business? Because I noticed that I noticed that we obviously have them up and have you all up in the thumbnail together, and one of the huge things that we talked about in the past was family as it relates to business last season on the show. So, what role does your daughters play in the business that you're currently running?
They're part owners. I made sure that they, whatever I get, they help with packaging. They, like I said, they give me, especially the oldest, give me ideas. They're my test tasters. So they are right along with me. Sometimes like they don't do different events and stuff like that, but they're with me. We in this together.
And that's a big aspect of legacy. Definitely a big thing to highlight, in particular as it pertains to business, because a lot of times what other communities do, whether they be other ethnicities, other communities, they always ensure to make their children part owners. And that's one thing that I learned it from having a close friend of mine who was raised as a part owner in the business that his parents had. And that's a big thing in being able to show young children the business, your children the business, and actually allowing them, because if something happens to you, you have a teenage daughter who can then pick up the slack, where, okay, I can't work today, but she can. Yes. Right. So that's an excellent thing. And it's and it's, like I said, it's something that's extremely underrated, especially as it pertains to Black communities. When we do start businesses, people begin to show your children how to do what it is that you're doing. Trades are extremely important, and what they're going to do is usually winds up being similar to what you were doing in the first place. So get them involved, allow them to see the business, and that's essentially what allows for not only success in the short run, but success in the long run as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And now a quick question: you do custom popcorns, right?
I do.
Okay, so doing custom she does custom popcorn. You sit here with ideas running through your head. Make sure that you reach out to Twisted Popcorn. You see the website right here below me. Now, I'm sure, because we have a lot of different people with a lot of different tastes, right? You know, you got some people who get some weird cravings at certain times. You know, sometimes you think of something. What's the oddest? I wouldn't say the weirdest or the craziest. What is the most odd request you've ever gotten?
Okay, so I was literally just on TikTok the other day, and someone, I asked the question on like, what's your favorite popcorn, or what, should I try? And they were like taco popcorn. And so I was like the seasoning, and she was like, no. So she told me how she make it, and she suggested that I should do it. She was literally like, she make the popcorn, make the tacos and then add the popcorn in there. So I was like, I might want to try. I want to try just to see, because if you like it, then it might be something that might be, pretty good. Might have to put it on the menu.
See, I was thinking it might be something, when I think about taco popcorn, I was thinking like, okay, are we putting like taco stuff on top of the popcorn? Like, imagine if somebody said, yeah, do popcorn nachos. I would immediately think that you're doing popcorn and just like putting cheese over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking it was going to be something like that. I didn't think actually putting popcorn in the taco.
Yeah, that's what she was like, putting popcorn in a taco. So I was like, okay.
That's an interesting way to go about it. That's an interesting way to go about it. I've never heard anything. That's definitely odd. That fits the bill for odd. But hey, people like what they like. Can't tell them nothing, And when you're especially in the food industry, you got to be able to deliver. Now, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about going into the second half of this the interview, which is the food industry. We're seeing a lot of crazy things happening right now, and I want to know how it is that you're coping with it. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to run a quick intermission, and we'll be right back with Shay Joseph, the owner of Twisted Popcorn.
It's a For Us By Us extravaganza in celebration and support of Black brands and Black business excellence. Ignite Youth Incorporated presents to you Harlem Nights with a Modern Twist 2022 extravaganza, October 14 through 16, 2022. Business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives, join us for an exclusive B2B networking brunch. Families, enjoy our kids zone, shop Black business vendors, and eat from the best food trucks at our vendor festival. Grown folk, come party with us as we dance the night away. Check out our Harlem Nights fashion show, designs by fashion designers from all around the country. Enjoy casino games, signature cocktails, good eats, and our awards ceremony at our cocktail reception. Harlem Nights 2022 extravaganza will be an event you don't want to miss. Harlem Nights with a Modern Twist 2022 extravaganza, October 14 through 16, 2022, in lovely downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. We'll see you there. To learn more, pre-register for tickets, or as a vendor, visit www.mypimp.com.
That is our Harlem Nights event, everybody. It's coming up quick. I remember it was just last year we were planning on doing this event. Make sure that you go to mybimp.com to pre-register. Be there, whether you're a Black business owner or whether you just want to attend to just enjoy the festivities. There's going to be a lot of different things happening. I know I'm excited for it. I'm going to be dressed to the nines, wild and styling. You know I'm going to be, and listen, we're going to do it up at this event. So make sure that you're there. Pre-register again at mybimp.com. You do not want to miss this event. Now, back to our interview with Miss Shay Joseph. Okay, so we know that we've been seeing sort of a huge sort of rise in price and sort of the decrease of demand in the food industry as of recently. And I know you can tell as far as the rise in prices. We both, you and I, we're business owners. We run the numbers. We have to make orders for the products that we need to make the foods and different things that we're trying to create, for whether it be for caterings or just for small orders, right? And you see those prices start to go up. And you're seeing the same thing. This is one of the things that made me nervous as a business owner. You're seeing the price of gas rise, and you're seeing the price of rent and housing, mortgages, and everything rise. And then you have the prices of your ingredients also rising, where now you have to begin to raise your prices for the products that you're making. How has your business been able to cope with the fluctuation in the market, especially with the increasing prices of ingredients?
Okay, so far as the popcorn that I make, it doesn't take that many ingredients, and so I see, like, of course, butter, sugar, it rise, but not too much. But popcorn, like the kernels and everything, is really, really inexpensive. So the profit that we get in a business, it's not really a hurt, if that makes sense. So it's not really hurting us too much, but I feel like that product is good, and if somebody wants to purchase it, they're going to purchase it regardless of what the price is. So if someone wants it, they're going to get it. We need gas. If they love their snacks, they're going to get their snacks regardless of the price. And if they're going to get it.
Exactly.
You can't really, it's hard, but everything is, you have to adjust to life. You have to adjust to life. So, we can't, as business owners, we still have to pay our taxes and things like that. So, you can't basically work for free. You can't work for free. So you have to get your cut off top, and you're going to find your audience. You're going to find the people that's going to purchase from you. So like I said, if they want it, they're going to get it.
And and popcorn is such a wide market. It's such a good thing to go into. A lot like when people talk about, oh, I want to start a business, but I don't know what I do yet. A lot of things one of the main things that I tell people to do is, I'm like, okay, you got hot dogs and you got lemonade. That's hot dogs and lemonade is going to make money no matter what, especially here in Florida during the summer, fall, even the winter. It's still hot and winter here in Florida, where a lemonade stand is going to make you a good amount of money all the time, because all you need is lemons, you need water, you need sugar. right? And it's the same thing with popcorn, where you have the basics of popcorn butter, and if you decide to, okay, if you want to do caramel, you don't necessarily have to make your own caramel from home, even though you could, and different things like that. So it definitely makes it a lot easier to
Right.
sort of battle what we call certain recessions, or the increase of ingredients. Bakers, I don't really have that luxury. We got to have flour and different things like that. So you're kind of in a tighter spot. But for those other people who are in business, or who would like to go in business, take Shay as an example, and look for a simplistic way of not only being able to put as little into the product as you can, but getting as much as you can out of it. It's all
Right.
about what's up here. And that's one of the things that I want to highlight and congratulate you on, is the level of creativity and the lack of fear, right? And we want, every time we come to the show, we want to make sure that people leave here with something. And that's one of the things that I definitely get from you and your product, is there's a high level of creativity and a lack of fear, meaning that you go in with it. Everybody has all these ideas swirling in their head, and the only reason why it is that they don't capitalize on these ideas is the fear that someone won't accept it. But the fact of the matter is that chances are, if the ideas come up in your head, there's 7.3 billion people on this planet, and somebody has had the same thought or idea as you, who wants that same product, right? So I want to say that I appreciate your product for that reason, is that you're using your creativity, and you have a lack of fear. If somebody wants this product, I'm pretty sure somebody's at least going to be curious about this product and go to purchase it.
Right.
Now, we saw Nathaniel Yasharala come in and say lemonade popcorn, and now we're seeing Lala Nicole say come through with the limeade popcorn. Have you had any ideas, or is there anything in the works for that?
Okay, so I don't have a lemonade popcorn, but I do have an infused popcorn, that a Patron with lime. So I do have that. For adults, I do a Patron with lime popcorn.
Okay. So if you have to list your top 5 favorite popcorn flavors that you've done, what would you say is your top 5?
That I like, or just okay. So I just put out the Cajun. I love the Cajun. I can eat that all day. The Cajun, the dill pickle. I'm working on pecan and florine kind. So I think that's probably gonna be my top. And what else? I have so many different flavors. Birthday cake. Birthday cake is really, really, really good. And cinnamon toast crunch, because that's my favorite cereal. So that's
cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon toast crunch cookie. That's my favorite cereal. I had to pull through with the cinnamon toast crunch. That's an excellent flavor. I'm gonna have to get that off you, as a matter of fact.
And I'll make sure I put so much of cinnamon sugar on it, like you're gonna think you're eating the cereal.
Do that, because even cinnamon toast crunch, they're kind of slacking these days. They being a little light-handed with the powder now.
So like now you can purchase. I purchased, like, it's the cinnamon toast crunch powder. It comes in so I sprinkle it up. Like I need to make sure I taste that cinnamon toast.
Hey, never thought it would be a day you got to sit there with your cereal and. But hey, if they skipping on the cinnamon sugar, you got to do something about it. Now, you know what I'm saying?
But they've been skipping on a lot of stuff, so you just got to kind of make do what you make do with.
I'm telling y'all, cereal just ain't the same. We have a question. Are you planning on opening a store? A brick and mortar?
Eventually. I want to, but like I said, I'm from New Orleans, but I reside in Baton Rouge, and I've kind of watched a lot of the popcorn shops. They open and then they close, really, because of the overhead. Of course, you want to put your store in a profitable area, but because put it in that type of area, then the overhead. And so because popcorn is inexpensive, you're basically what I got out of them closing the stores is like, okay, well, they're making the money, but they're just making enough to make ends meet. So until I could kind of maybe find some land that I can purchase and put and build up on, I'm not rushing to open a store right now.
Which I think is extremely underrated. Is an extremely underrated option. I think a lot of people believe when you talk about brick and mortars that you have to get a place that's a commercial. That's a commercial option, which is, and that's the old way of thinking. We're moving into a new age of not only business, but in the way businesses are run. You're there. A lot of the business that I'm seeing in downtown Tampa and in downtown St. Pete, they're actually beginning to convert homes into restaurant areas. They're turning houses into bake shops. They'll buy about 3 houses in the same vicinity of each other and use those houses to work an entire restaurant business out of, right? So who's to say that with new things like boxable homes, where you have a home that can be delivered to you in box form, that's 600 square feet, only $50,000, and you purchase a small plot of land, whether it be it doesn't even need to be an acre, it can be a quarter acre, right? And you can put a boxable home on there and run your business out of that boxable home and have a brick and mortar, right, without having to go through the process of actually not only having to go to a commercial real estate, a commercial spot that's already gonna cost you $2,300 just to keep the lights on, right?
Exactly.
So
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'll say it's crazy that you did say that, because I was doing so much in my home. So I do have a building. So that's why I say the goal is to look into land first and then, put a building of my own on it. And so I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. Thank you. But yeah, so that's definitely the goal. But I also, because I travel, my goal is to let everyone know who Twisted Popcorn is. Like when you think of popcorn, you think of carrots. So before I get a building, I want to get a truck. I want to be able to travel to, have a popcorn, have a popcorn truck, so I can move around. I can go from state to state and introduce everyone to Twisted Popcorn.
Oh, for sure. You and I were definitely gonna have to have a conversation off air, because there's some things that you're doing that I like, and there's some suggestions that I have for your business that I think would be great. Some things that I've done, some things that I've seen some other people do that I think would be exponential and great for what it is that you're doing, especially since the product that you have fits it. Okay. Now, final question before we close it out. What flavors do you have in development that we should be anticipating or waiting for a grand drop?
Okay, so like I said, I'm working on a pecan and Plurine. I think y'all say Parline or something. I'm from New Orleans. So, so I'm working on a lot of New Orleans flavors. Like I said, the crawfish is coming, the beignets is coming, and a pecan and Plurine. So it's going to be a whole Louisiana mix.
A beignet?
A beignet, yes.
Okay, so we like that. Oh, hold on. Now we ain't on t-shirts and tea, but I'm gonna have to get my hands on that one now. Make sure that you go on her Instagram. So go ahead and follow her Instagram. Yes. Twisted Popkorn. That is twisted without an E and popcorn without a C but a K. People. That's POPKORN. And you see her website right below me right here. Make sure that you go there and check out her products. I know I'm going to be getting some things because I heard some things that I'm very interested in, and I'm a popcorn fan, so you're definitely going to be seeing me extremely soon spending some money on that popcorn there. Everyone, please thank Miss Shay Joseph, the owner of Twisted Popkorn, for coming on the show today. I appreciate it. Like I said, you and I were going to have some conversations about some things that we can do business-wise. This is what it's all about, people. Like I said earlier when talking about our interview with Lion and King last week, this is what BEMP Corporation is all about. It's about creating a community of Black businesses, linking Black business owners with Black business owners, and linking buyers with Black business owners. This is what it's all about, people. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Shay.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Everyone, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You see all of our social media platforms right here above my head. Make sure that you go ahead and follow those. Check out mybemp.com to remember to pre-register for our Harlem Nights event. It's coming up fast in October. You know how these years are going by. You was just in 6th grade last year. That's what it felt like. So make sure that you remember, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to make sure that you're notified every time we go live. I appreciate you tuning in, and make sure you tune in next week. We have another special interview coming up with a very good topic next week for episode 3 of season 6, people. Have a good night.